Dang.
I'm a Giants fan.
Dang.
I mean, it doesn't get more pathetic
But every
than
time
me.
the Giants play, I'm not like they just completely blew out Molly's Giants.
Because they're so irrelevant,
You'd
we don't
be
even
saying
talk
that
about
for like
them.
6 years
I'm saying,
straight,
like,
though.
nobody came here and said, well, Molly's Giants answered a question that nobody asked and said that Timmy Toughnuts and
you just did it now.
Daniel Jones
You just did it now.
Did you see
And
that?
apparently the Giants are sticking with Daniel Jones, and I have an issue with that, but that's not a subject in today's show.
They also benched a quarterback, started another guy, and then benched him for the guy that they benched him for in a matter of like 35
Guess
minutes.
what?
A lot of benching.
2 words. Hot mess. Dan, who's the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC? Because we just heard you in the last segment. You're real high on them as the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are, and I think the team that is best suited to knock them off is the Indianapolis Colts, and I have felt that way for a while now. I think because of the style of football that they play, number one, their offensive line is fantastic. I think they are, right now, the best offensive line in football. I think that their variety of run game is awesome. I think they have a tailback that can get you the dirty yards, the 2 or 3 yards that aren't there. And then they have a tailback that can go 80. I don't know if there's a team in the NFL that has the combo in one guy that the Colts have in Jonathan Taylor, who I still believe is the MVP of the NFL. I think that their quarterback had a moment this past weekend. That's just me being honest. I think their listen, the game-sealing touchdown pass to Michael Pittman, I'll be honest with you guys. If that was Aaron, Patrick, Josh, it would be all over every sports network, certainly ours. It's not getting talked about. I don't know if it was because of Saturday or it was because of Carson Wentz. This one, that is one of the 5 best throws I've seen Carson Wentz make. I've seen him take every single snap of his professional career. It's the best throw I've seen him make since the one to Miles Sanders against the Washington football team. And that's his moment that he hasn't had really since 2017. Like, he had some of those in 2019, but not against a competition like the Cardinals in a moment like primetime football and the whole nation watching. So because he had that moment and their style of run game, I think that they're capable of going at this Kansas City Chiefs defense. Michael Pittman winning those one-on-one balls. And then their defense is a defense that does not give you the ball over the top. Like, you got to go earn everything. Darius Leonard should be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Buckner's fantastic.
Okay.
Their style of ball, I just think they're built.
Okay, we threw the parade. It was good. I get the colors now.
Here's why I love Dan Orlovsky. One, he's great on TV, extremely intelligent when it comes to football. He's the most loyal person I've ever seen. If Dan rides with you, he will ride with you forever. Like, Dan is the type of dude you rob a bank with. Because no matter what, no matter how many years they say, Dan, if you just do this by yourself, you're gonna get 30 years. Dan say, oh, by myself. Dan will go to jail for his friends. Because clearly, was the Carson Wentz play good? Absolutely. Would it be on every network? Would we talk about it constantly if it was one of those other guys? Probably so, because we see it from them all the time, and we just love it. It was a huge moment. But don't act like you didn't watch the Buffalo Bills since the second half against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Don't act like you haven't seen Josh Allen, who throughout the year hasn't been playing at an MVP level, but right now is. You're not going to be comfortable walking into Kansas City, right, and Carson Wentz is your quarterback. But the Buffalo Bills, when they show up in Kansas City, right, Sean McDermott, when he gets to Kansas City and he looks down and he sees that dude, number 17, he going to be like, oh, I got me one. I got somebody that can go out here and compete with 15. I got somebody that can go out here and make plays against this defense. Do I think the Colts are good? Is it a team I'd want to play? Absolutely not. But to say right now you take them over the Buffalo Bills, I'm not sure what happened to you. Did you get bad buffalo wings? I mean, what is going on with you that you won't put Josh Allen in the top 5?
You must have picked the Patriots.
And now
Nope.
you're totally skipping over what we've seen from Josh Allen and this team the last few weeks.
You know who you like right now? You're like my beautiful wife right now. So me
and Tiff? You definitely can't say nothing bad about me.
Nah, I'm disappointed in you. Like she was disappointed on me on Christmas morning, because this is what happened.
Why? Did you get no gifts?
No, I got
Don't tell me. No. That's the worst.
I thought I got her a great gift.
Get your wife
and she was disappointed?
This is the
What'd
true
you get her,
story,
like a
America.
vacuum? That's the worst when guys buy you a practical gift.
No, I bought her a bag. I bought her a bag. But this is the exact thing that happened. She was disappointed in me because she unwrapped the wrapping and saw the box.
Okay.
And it was a 3-letter box. And she was like, I saw the excitement on her face, and then she opened the box and saw the bag, and she was like, nice, cool. Complete disappointment in the bag that I chose.
Oh, because it was a different brand?
No, it was the same brand. She just didn't like the bag.
You should have gotten like a Neverfull. They love those.
What's that?
That's like the big joints that you could get.
Bro, she got one of those. We got triplets. She was so disappointed in my selection. Like, I'm disappointed in you right now. Because we've done television for like 2 or 3 years together.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you're talking about the playoffs, and it's just like, oh, it's a quarterback. Like, the Bills have a better chance strictly because they're quarterback.
No, not
That's
strictly
what you
because,
said.
Not strictly because of their quarterback.
You literally
But you have to have that guy to beat Patrick Mahomes in that moment.
Why?
When we go to Patrick Mahomes losing, he lost to Tom Brady and Tom Brady. That's who's beating Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. He ain't lost to no running backs. And
so he didn't lose to a Buccaneers defense that hounded him last year.
The Buccaneers defense did hound him. The Buffalo Bills can do some of the same things up front. We've seen that this year. When they have Edmonds in the middle of the field, he's not as good as Leonard, but he's a guy that can go sideline to sideline there.
The quarterback doesn't matter and you're the quarterback? Get out of here.
The safety play of the Buffalo Bills is not just good, it is Pro Bowl level. It is all pro level. It is elite. It's the reason that Jordan Poyer's wife is tweeting upset that he didn't make it to the Pro Bowl again. Because they are ballers. And Josh Allen is a monster. Now, they've gotten to the run game, right? Not only is Josh Allen running the ball, but they're giving the football to Singletary. They're giving the football to Moss. Dayball is falling in love with understanding the process. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, you're the winner just based on the conviction in that argument. That was excellent. I was going to give you the last word, but you're taking too long.
Only friend conviction.
Dropping your jaw.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.